welcome to this channel. Today I want to show you how to master types of tissues. In biology or in life science, most students are required to know different types of tissues, both plant tissues and animal tissues. So I'm going to tell you, just going to take a couple of tissues that we're going to learn. So first of all, let's look at animal tissues. So animal tissues, you have epithelial tissue, you have skeleton tissue, and we have blood tissue, and we have connective tissues. And then for plant tissues, we have epidermal tissues, we have pellucid tissues, we have parenchyma tissues, we have vascular tissues, and we have meristematic tissues. So these are the tissues I'm going to talk about, and afterwards I want to show you how to master them, how to memorize all these tissues, okay? So that's the main reason why I have this video today. So memory skill helps every student learn anything they want, and the best thing, if you know these skills, you can apply them anywhere. It's just a tool. You know them, you can apply them anywhere. So let's continue. So today I want to teach you one memory technique which is called a substitution. That means like every time you learn new things, I try to relate that one with something that you already know. So let's go to the tissues that I talked about. So let's go to the first tissue that I talk about, the animal tissues. So we have epithelial. I said we have four. We have epithelial tissue, we have blood tissues, we have skeleton tissue, and we have connective tissues. So this is what we want to do. So we want to substitute so that at the end of it all we make story, and this is going to help us remember those different types of tissues easily. So first of all, we have epithelial. So epithelial sounds for me like someone Peter. So if you know the Peter in the Bible, so you know, so we're going to have epithelial always reminds of Peter, okay? And then of course the idea here is like to make a picture. So then the second was skeleton. So skeleton tissues. So this is like a skeleton, so you already have the picture of skeleton, how skeleton look like, okay? And then the third one is blood. So you know that the blood you've already seen, have that picture of blood in your mind. So we have the blood. And then you have connective tissues. So in this case now, I substitute that one to have a picture of nectar. You know nectar? That is going to be the picture of animal tissue that we call connective. So now, how do we continue? How do we master that? Now the next stage is going to be to now make a story. So I want you to imagine Peter walking into a bush and finding a skeleton, and he's so shocked, and he realizes the skeleton is still fresh because the skeleton has some blood on it. And when he looks deeper inside the skeleton, there was some nectar, there was some bees, you know, making some nectar there. He's so surprised. So creating that kind of story makes your brain remember everything, remember that in detail, okay? So that is about animal tissues, how to remember that. Now let's go to types of plant tissues. How do we know the plant tissue? So I said we have epidermal, we have pellucid tissues, we have parenchyma tissue, we have vascular tissues, and we have meristematic tissues. So again, here I want us to make a story. First of all, we're going to do substitute. So epidermal tissue. So we're going to take the dermal part, which reminds me of, I will create a picture of a dam. Okay, so we have a dam, epidermal tissue, dam. And after that, we have pellucid tissue. If you remember, we had also pellucid cells, and the substitute for pellucid was always a spade. Okay, so we have a spade for that. And then we have the parenchyma, so we have parents. Okay, so the idea here is like, now we have a dam, we have a spade, and spade reminds you of pellucid tissues, a dam reminds you of epidermal tissues, and now we have parenchyma, remind me of like a parent or my parents, okay? And then we have vascular tissues, my substitute word there is Vaseline, okay? And then meristematic tissue is, reminds me of Mary, okay? So the idea here is, this is so simple, because what we're going to do here, we're going to say, okay, we have a dam, and in close to that dam, there's a parent with their daughter called Mary. Okay, now imagine. So we have a dam. a very big dam, next to a dam. And maybe imagine also the weather. Think about maybe it's summer, the weather is like really cool. There's a parent that is next to the dam, and they have a daughter called Mary, and Mary is playing with a spade. And afterward, after they swim and they take a shower, the parents take Mary and apply Vaseline on Mary. Have you now understand that? Now, after contemplating that one, it's very important. Okay, that you have a dam. Imagine that big dam. Next to that dam, there is a spade, and there's a parent with a daughter. Two parents with a daughter. And that daughter is called Mary. And Mary plays with the spade. And after they take a shower, they apply Vaseline on Mary. So that one reminds you of all the plant tissues. So first of all, we have the dam, epidermal tissue. Second, then we have the spade next to the dam, which is pellicet tissue. And then we have the parenchyma tissue, the parents near the dam. And then Mary is playing with the spade. So Mary is their daughter called reminds us of meristematic tissues. And then we have vascular tissue, which is then the Vaseline they applied on Mary after they take a shower and for freshening up. So that is how you remember, that's how you memorize or how you can master types of tissues easily. Thank you so much for listening and be blessed. Bye-bye.